Hello everyone, Jose with Seeker Disc Golf with another Coaching Shorts. Today I want to talk to you about the two scorecards. You may be familiar with it. One scorecard is your normal scorecard, what you got on each hole. The second scorecard is to evaluate how we are following the process. Dr. Michael Lordan made it famous by having his athletes, the people he is coaching, write down a yes or a no on every hole if they followed all three of these to the letter. So, question number one, on hole number one, for example, did every one of your shots, did you visualize the shot on every shot before you threw it? Second one, were there no doubts? Were you fully committed to the shot? If you had any reservations about your ability to make that shot or whether you should make this shot, that's going to be a no. Did you back away? Did you start over if you had any distracting thoughts while you were in your process? Back up, clear your thoughts, step back into it. If these three sound familiar, it's because they are elements of the pre-shot routine. If you don't have a pre-shot routine, you really need to start using one. This is like flying an airplane without a checklist if you are not using a pre-shot routine. Go check out my Coaching Shorts number 3 for how important the pre-shot routine is and how good it is for your game. So these are the 3 questions that Dr. Michael Lordan had his athletes do. I want to add 2 more. One, here is acceptance. Did you accept the results of every shot on that hole? Well, it's easy to accept the good ones, but the bad ones, the shanks, the terrible kicks, did you accept it? Like, oh, that's disc golf right there. Now, we may get upset, and it's okay to be upset, disappointed. You could just let it out, hopefully in a professional manner where you're not cursing, disturbing your card mates, kicking things. But it's okay to be upset as long as you leave it behind as you start walking down the fairway. Speaking of walking down the fairway, are you preparing for the next shot immediately? For example, my shot, I shanked it into the woods. It landed in the woods left, and I'm probably going to use a forehand anhyzer shot. So I know what my next shot is probably going to be. Am I preparing for that flex forehand as I'm walking down the fairway? Or am I rehearsing the failed hyzer flip shot that I just did? If I'm rehearsing the shot, practicing the shot that I just did, then I am not preparing for the next shot. And if I'm still fuming about my shank as I'm walking down the fairway, I did not accept it. So that's also a no. Process over results, guys. It's very, very important. Now, if you see these numbers behind me, if you've been wondering what those are all about, well, this is your scorecard. If you get 18 out of 18, that's phenomenal. That means that you followed the process for every single shot in your round. Anything from 16 to 18, to me, that's green. That's outstanding. From 11 to 15, that's the yellow zone. And it's pretty much where a lot of people are who do follow a pre-shot routine. It's not easy. It's easy to be distracted and miss a step somewhere along the line. We're human, but we always want to strive for a better score. Now, if you are in the 10 or below, you're probably not even using a pre-shot routine. It's not a habit. The higher score, that means that it's more likely that we have made it a habit. But if you're down here, you really, really need to work on your mental game. You are taking it for granted or not using it, or you're simply ignorant about the importance of a mental game. You've got to get that locked in and make it a part of your arsenal. The difference between elite players and good players is that elite players, they have a higher percentage of good process. The good players are going to falter, and although their skills are very good, they're going to be distracted on a lot more shots than the elite players are. 2 scorecards, an amazing tool. When we use it, we are really reinforcing for ourselves the need to stick with the process. It keeps us honest. Speaking of honesty, guys, this is not a scorecard that you're going to share with anybody. So be honest. This is for you, for your betterment. So just mark those as accurately as you can if you want to get the best results out of this exercise. This has been Coaching Shorts. Please share it with your friends if you found it useful. And until the next time, get your mental game stronger.